everybody. So it's been a really long time since I've done a video, mostly because I just wasn't ready to share Mavin with you guys yet. And so this video, I'm going to share her with you guys, talk about my birth story and what's been happening with us and how everything is going. And I'm really sorry about the video and sound quality. As I had posted before, I lost my camera, and so I'm using a webcam on the computer. So this is baby Mavin. She has no clothes on. It's really hot in here. This is Mavin. Say hi, baby. Say hi. She is 2 months old yesterday. Oh. So she was 8 pounds 7 ounces when she was born. When we left the hospital, she was 7'15". Her head was 13 inches around. She is 21 and three quarter inches long. And she was born at 12:27 a.m. on June 29th. I was in labor for, I think it was 20 hours. I pretty much did the whole thing natural until the last 2 hours. What happened was I went into labor officially at 5:30 in the morning, and I didn't really realize that it was labor, so I kind of went back to sleep, because the whole week before that I had been having just, contractions that were lasting for about an hour, and then they would just completely stop. They just quit. So I didn't really think anything of it. And then at about 7:30, 8 o'clock that morning, I woke up and the contractions weren't gone. And they were kind of slow, because of course it was the beginning of labor, but they weren't bad. They didn't really hurt. They were just kind of like, these feel different than what they happened. So my mom was here for the whole thing. She was like, I bet you're in labor. And the whole time I just stayed at home until about 11 o'clock in the afternoon was when we arrived at the hospital. And when we got there, of course, we went to the ER, and they felt to see how dilated I was. I was 100% effaced, and I was dilated to a 4. So of course that bought me a ticket to stay at the hospital, and I labored until at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I think it was. I had stopped dilating at a 7, so my doctor, she broke my water, and that was when labor took a turn for me, because before it really wasn't painful. I didn't feel like it was that bad. Not that I enjoyed labor, but I was having a really good labor. Oh, really? Are you telling them a story? But anyways, I stopped dilating, and she said, well, I can either just let you keep going, or I can break your water. Excuse me. So I just decided, okay, let's just move on with this. Break my water, we'll get this done. And the first contraction that I had right after she broke my water was not horrible, but it was really strong. It was a very strong contraction. And I labored for about 2 more hours. So it was around 9 or 10 o'clock-ish, so yeah, about 9, 10 o'clock-ish. And I was falling asleep between contractions. I was physically and mentally exhausted. I was ready to have her, and what I think, sorry, Daisy, this is her turn to play with me, but what I think what was going on is yes, I was physically exhausted, but I was so mentally exhausted that I was starting to, I was starting to break down, and I was starting to lose control of my focus. So in that case, I was, you okay? I was beginning to tell my body that I'm in pain, so the pain started getting really bad. And at that point was when I wanted something to ease the pain, and I wanted to just get something to just kind of take the edge off, not an epidural, but there was so many people that I know, including family, have gotten pain medication and it's made them do crazy things like hallucinate, or that just made them feel like crap. Is that yummy? Yeah. And I went for the epidural. I was so tired and just so done with laboring that I got it, and I felt really bad the entire time. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I was delaying my labor. I was stalling it. I just wasn't dilating anymore because I wasn't letting my body do what it was supposed to do. So I got the epidural, but the whole time I was really upset about it. I didn't want it, but I did. And when the anesthesiologist came, it was probably only like 10 minutes because she was at home, of course, since it was really late at night. So it took about 10 minutes to get there. And when she got there, she, of course, went through all the stuff. She was super nice. She was really good. But the problem that she had was my back, the gaps between my vertebrae, like the pockets where they insert the needle, is very, very small. So she was having a really hard time getting it in there. So she ended up having to pull it out, move down, and start over again. So but at that point I was in so much pain, and I was allowing myself to be in so much pain, which that's the only regret that I have about my entire labor and birth experience. That I didn't even care, and to me it didn't hurt. It just felt like a tight pinch. It didn't hurt at all. But then the second time she got it in, and they allowed me immediately once they laid me down, it was in effect. I could feel it. And a lot of people say that they completely lose control of their lower body, which for me was not true. I could still feel my legs, I could still feel my feet, I could feel everything. I could actually still feel my contractions, but they just didn't hurt. They just felt like pressure, and I could feel them moving. And for me, it was okay. What they did is I got to sleep for an hour, and while I was sleeping, what they were doing was they were allowing her to move herself down by herself naturally. Instead of me having to push and work so hard to get her out, they allowed her to naturally move down. And by the time it was 12 o'clock, they came in, and I was like, man, I feel like I gotta poop. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you have to take the biggest poop of your life. And they were like, they checked me, and I was totally dilated, and I was ready. She was down, and I was ready to push. And I pushed for a half an hour, because around 12 o'clock, and she was born at 12:27. But the only reason why it took so long was because since I had an epidural, my contractions slowed down. They were about 2 minutes apart, but they didn't. A lot of times when people get epidurals, they have to slow down the drip so I could feel when it was time to push, and so I could feel my lower body to push. It wasn't the case for me. They didn't have to turn anything down, and apparently I felt like I was doing horrible, and I was just not being a very good patient. I wasn't being a very good mother, like, for a birthing experience, but my mom said that I did really well. She's been there for a couple of other family members and friends of hers, and I did way, like, really good, pretty much, and she was born. But, all in all, I had a wonderful labor, a wonderful birth experience, and for a first-time baby, she was amazing. She's an amazing baby. She's so good. But, I just can't imagine for the women who don't have good birth experiences or are pushed into having C-sections when they don't want them, because that was my thing. I really didn't want a C-section, and I was really afraid of that because where I live at our hospital, we have really high C-section rates, and the doctor who actually gave birth, or helped me give birth to her, you know, she's new, and she told me, she's like, if you don't want one, then you're not gonna have one unless like your baby's dying, which is fine with me. If my baby is dying, then yeah, I need, or having complications, yeah, she needs to come out. But I feel really bad for women who don't have good birth experiences. The other thing is that she did great. Her Mavin, little baby Mavin, she did amazing throughout the entire laboring process. Her heart rate was steady. It didn't drop. It didn't raise. It didn't do anything. She did amazing. She was wonderful. Her full name is Mavin Kiana Lynn Edwards.
Audio Jungle.
So, pretty much, I found Kiana on Pinterest, and I just really liked it. I mean, it said, I don't know if it's true, but it said that it means Lynn goddess. Lynn is my middle name, it's my mom's middle name, it's my grandma's middle name, it's my mom's great grandma's
Audio Jungle.
It's my great great grandma. You know, pretty much. Yeah, right? I don't know. Anyways, so, and on top of it, my fiance Wyndon's grandma's name was Evelyn, so we decided that, you know,
Audio Jungle.
her name. So that's the middle name that we went with for her.
Audio Jungle.
Pretty much half of the reason why I haven't made a video in such a long time is that, one, I lost my camera and I've been frantically looking for it. I just haven't found it. I looked right before I made this video and finally just broke down. My dog is on the couch, which is where the
Audio
drop, sorry. But I just broke down and finally decided to use a webcam, even if video quality and the sound is crappy, so sorry about that. The other one is I just flat out wasn't ready to do a video. I just wasn't ready. You know, I knew that being a mom it's challenging, and a the whole newborn thing is really challenging. It is, and she's a really good baby. You know, she only wakes up once in the night, which is at like anywhere from 4 to 5:30, even 6 o'clock maybe, and she goes to bed at like she really goes to bed whenever I put her to bed. You know, but you know, of course, the earlier that I put her to bed, the more time she's gonna wake up sooner.
Audio Jungle.
But if I put her to bed at like 11 or 12, she doesn't wake up till 5. And if I put her to bed at like 8 or 9, then she'll wake up at 11 or 12, and then again at like 5. So she's a really good baby, wonderful, obviously, as you're sitting here watching her do her little dances and smiles and stuff. Say hi. But yeah, no, she's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful baby. And even as a newborn, she didn't wake up. Of course, the first couple nights in the hospital are always the hardest because they're very new. But as soon as we took her home, she only was waking up a couple times. I wasn't having to schedule, like, wake her up on purpose. She was waking up on her own at night. During the day, that was a different story. You know, I'd have to undress her and make her mad pretty much to eat, but that's really normal. So I couldn't have asked for a better baby. Ooh, my baby. You know, that's just, I don't know what to say. She's just an amazing baby. I had a wonderful birth and labor experience. Everything has been going so well. Wyndon and I are doing great. A lot of people always, you know, they say, well, babies change the relationship, and it has. It really has, but it's changed it for the better. My life hasn't changed that much, honestly. I feel like she was never not here. I feel like she's been here my whole life, and it's just the way life is and stuff. So I can't explain it unless you're a mother. So to all you mothers out there that were or are teen moms, you kind of know what I'm saying, I guess. but Wyndon and mine, our relationship is great. You know, of course we still have our problems, but it's doing wonderful, and everything's going great. I can't complain really. Just a warning, she's not like crabby right now, but for people who aren't comfortable with breastfeeding or whatnot, if she gets hungry during the video, I'm gonna breastfeed her, so sorry, not sorry type thing. So just a warning that I will flop my boob out on camera to feed her and keep talking. But as you can see with her little butt, I have not done cloth diapering, and it is not because of convenience. I haven't done them because honestly I'm just really afraid to try them. I really don't know why. It kind of sounds stupid, but I don't know why I'm hesitant to not try them. But this winter, it's about where we live. Winter gets really rough, and sometimes we can't get into town for a couple of weeks. So I'm sure this winter, if I run out of if I run out of diapers, I'll have to use them, which then it'll make me use them. Are you excited? But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. I'll show you what my stomach looks after 2 months. So far I have lost I've lost like 35 pounds. So I weigh, I'm not gonna lie, I weigh 177 pounds. And I think when she was born I was like 211. Right now for dieting, I am doing 2 shakes a day and a meal at night. Sometimes I will do a breakfast and just a shake for lunch and do a dinner. It just kind of depends, but I at least replace one meal with a shake. I've been doing things that are healthy, for breakfast I will have like spinach and eggs, or that's pretty much, or a shake. That's pretty much it. I try to, stick with good proteins that she needs. I drink teas that are like fenugreek, I don't know, that are good for breastfeeding. For lunch, most of the time I skip lunch because I don't know, healthy lunches to me are a little bit harder. For dinners, I will do things like chicken, a lot of grilled chicken. I'm not doing fried chicken because I'm trying to stay healthy. So for a lot of chicken and meat, like red meats that like in small portions, a lot of veggies, spinach, just good food. That's all I can say. This video is really long, but yeah, that's like all I can really talk about. I will do more videos on specific things like my mommy favorite. Like I think I'm gonna do a video series called Mommy Favorites, or just do kind of not necessarily reviews, but comparing things that I do and don't like, and why I do and don't like them, what I recommend. Because she's 2 months old. This is my first baby. I'm still a new mom at things. So if you guys have anything that you think that I would like better than what I'm using for something, or just something that maybe you think that I would like or to try or whatever, please leave it in the comments or message me on my Facebook channel. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of gotten rid of my Twitter and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. I really just mainly run through YouTube and Facebook. There's just way too many social media sites, and things just kind of get mixed up. So I think I might just be re-adding my Twitter, so that way I can keep maintaining things once I get enough subscribers. But that's pretty much it. Oh, I will talk about my tattoo. So this is my tattoo. You can see it looks way better in person. The video's not doing it justice.
Audio Jungle.
So I might, probably do that webcam for a while, but I'm gonna try to shorten down this video. It's really long.
Audio Jungle.
It's long now, but it's really long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
Audio Jungle.
Oh, I'll show you my stomach. Yeah, I know, I've got like some fat, but here's my stomach.
Audio Jungle.
2 months postpartum. I've got a lot of stretch marks. I've got stretch marks on my back
Audio Jungle.
and on my thighs and just everywhere. And I'm jiggly. I'm a mom now. That's just how it goes. I mean, some people that I'm totally jealous of can fit right back into their jeans and it's not even fair. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm going to try to get this one out as soon as possible.
Audio Jungle.
And I will see you in the next one. Bye.